What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Try to Make Farming Simulator 25, the most realistic version of farming yet for the virtual gaming world. We're throwing down some lime right now, trying to get our pH levels up. We made another purchase, obviously this Wilmer spreader, and we've got a bag hook to work with our versatile, the front loader attachment. So somehow I ended up just off here. This spreader is technically only supposed to be 12 meters, but it looks like it's 24 meters. So I messed up when I set the GPS lines and stuff, but it's alright. We'll, some deer frolic in there. And we'll get the cultivator, or the harrow running on this after. Sounds like he's already kind of set up. So actually, look what we can do right now is we're going to get him fired up. Get a worker in there and get them working on this because we've got the grass field planted. Let's see here. Temporary course. Can we clear that current course? Probably should have looked. It was probably for the field we're already on. Generate. Alright. We want to start on the center though. Perfect. I'm going to start at first waypoint. Should start right there, so we'll run over. We'll finish up this little section. We need to jump across. A little bit of a lag spike there. I noticed there's like a weird flicker with this material on the line. I think it's more of a layers conflict with Precision Farm in the actual map, maybe. Precision Farm, like I said, still has some bugs to it. As you can see, pH level's going up a little bit, but it's still kind of light green in some areas, but it's alright. We'll make it work. Right now, just trying to throw down as much lime on this as we can. Those pH levels in a good spot. I mean, if we're in the 6s, we're fine, which is what it looks like we are holding. So I can work with that. Down to $189,000 in the bank. I gotta go around to that corner, and that's where it ends. And then we'll jump across to next field, which technically I wonder if we could direct drill that. But I think, you know, kind of being our first time. Let's see if this is 24 meters. That should be hitting in there, right? Like the spread pattern is what I try to go by, but it looks so much wider. You see that covered all that right there. We'll swing it around now. Yep. 54,000 liters. I'm not going to go back and fill up yet until we know. Let's get this set up. We don't need course play on this one. I'm going to bring up the worker. It's showing me 24. I want to do 2 headlands, I think is good. Arc direction's fine. Shorelines, sure. And I want to find where I need to jump in, which I believe is right over here. Running with our GPS here. And I guess, you know, we kind of know now. Take those lines off. There we go. Told me no course was found. Thought that was a little weird. It's a pretty wide spread pattern. We're gonna go just in, and we're just going to swing it around. I'm not going to worry too much about the shutting it off. I mean, with the lime, I'm not too worried. We're getting a pretty good green pattern here. Like I said, that flicker is a little annoying, but we'll work with it. So right there is telling me I'm hitting the headland, so you know what, we'll shut it down. We'll swing it around. Was a little off there. Got aggressive. So that's the end of that headland right there. So I should be right around here. We're definitely gonna have to probably refill this up. Which is a nice little practice. I mean, also we have to throw the weight on the back as well. That's kind of the... There we go. Oh, are those random stocks I missed? What do they look like, huh? Trying to just remove that weird buggy glitch that seems to be going on with this. But making pretty light work of this field, which is good. We'll throw down some probably on a grass field as well, and then we have that one other field to go. So I'm going to drive right through this because we know that's what we have to do. The headland should be covered in that section. This will be probably where I mess up the run here. There we go, on the tracks. Just takes time to get used to the GPS without lines. You get so used to the other versions of it where you can just set the one center line as kind of your mark point and so on and so forth. But it's working. Alright, so we'll need to go refill this. And we'll have to take a gander. We got 4 bags left. I think there's 2,000 liters in each. So 8,000 liters should be enough to top this off with a little bit left over. Get that joystick fired up. I guess I will need the weight in the back to kind of hold things down. Almost need to find like a skid steer. This should be high enough for this. Not sure though. We'll have 2 fields left, well, field and a half probably by now to cultivate. I'm sure that landalls are ripping through. Alright, let's drop that one off. Put this in the best of places when I did this, but alright, did struggle a little with this. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really used these too much. Let's go. thought I got the other one. There we go. Got them both. All right. We'll wait to it. Well, that actually went better than what it did last time. I don't know why it gives me that X key. Because it's a joystick without it, but... see if we can do this. I should be right over it. Do I have to open them again? Unload. Hit it right there. Oh, I did this earlier. Now I don't see the key combination. Go figure. G. There we go. I was like, thought about it. I'm like, I didn't have to hit a button earlier. Compared to what I've had to do with the other component I'm thinking of is with the liquid ones. I've had to actually hit a button to unload sometimes. It is filling up. Looks like we're getting the glitch that I saw Argsy have. Couple episodes ago on Ray County. Definitely a spreader or precision priming thing. Not how I wanted to hook those, but alright. There we go. I'm definitely gonna have to probably get more bags. Question now being though, which one? They each got about 200 in them. Yep, that'll be an interesting situation. No, we don't want that. We want to drop the weight. And I'm honestly going to keep this on. So a little bit of a glitch. We'll just have to keep an eye on. Like I said, RG just had a similar thing happen on his Ray County series. Making a mess of this turnaround here. It's like the axle's caught. Definitely full. Almost should carry those bags. Just to top it off again. mashing that mouse key. Out here. All I do is want to turn this on. Well, it is not letting me pick up the course, which is fine. Something is definitely off with this Wilmer spreader. Definitely need to also move a little bit to the left. That is interesting. Okay, we're gonna stop trying to use the GPS lines then. Unfortunately, something is glitching in the system with them. And it might be the Wilmer spreader. I don't know. Something is just off. Do one more pass up and then we'll work our headlands. And like I said, then we got two fields to do. Should be good for that portion. Like I said, we'll just swing down around. And then we'll just from there work right down the headland, on the inner headland, and then work to the outer. And we should have enough to do this field and maybe the grass field, but we'll definitely have to go swing into town and get some more for the other field, I think. But definitely something with a Wilmer. It's a glitch, not showing the material in it, which is frustrating because there's not many lime spreaders that are really good quality of the common ones you see. I'm just not a fan of what Giant has in-game. Alright, so now let's go around and do the headlands. Looks like we're going to be off again, unfortunately. Probably should have just ran the outside and then touched up the inside. That'll be alright, because down here, this is where it'll balance out. Already through 50% of that, so we've gone through 4,000 liters of this already. Like I said, we'll make the turn here. Be nice to have enough for the grass field, but we might not. This is the section I thought we didn't go far enough, and that's what it definitely confirmed now. We did not go far enough. But now there's no excuses for our yields, right? We're the ones putting in the time and the build up to them. We might not have enough for this field. We're running pretty quickly out here. %left. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna need more. Definitely, probably another 8 bags worth. We'll have to run off to the store and go get, because our worker right now is running tillage. Maybe it'll lower on here, but I don't think it. I shouldn't overspray because it's precision farming, but again, it's been kind of glitchy, buggy, even on the base game maps. And precision farming, we've made that final update to it recently. I went through, did a lot of Rubens testing with it, and it just was not. There were still little glitches, and I never had this one where you couldn't see in the Wilmer though, which I think is more the Wilmer than it is this. So we're definitely going to be short. That is unfortunate. I'm going to try to clean up this row, see if it slows down the usage. It doesn't look like it's doing too much on the slowing down of the usage, but we'll have to go send the truck off and get some more. Yep. Alright. So we'll swing back over. We're almost done this field. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks like tillage is still ripping away over there. They haven't got to the headlands yet. We're going to have to clean up some of those headlands, by the way. I can foresee some gaps being there. So we'll put our order in and we'll collect. I'll probably just park this over here for the time being. Whoop. Hit that boulder again. You think for somebody who designed this, they'd do a better job. Alright. Let's get this. It's going to be a high of 9. It was a high of 91. It's 89 now. That'll finish off those bags. Like I said, not going to be enough. We're going to latch on because we'll have the heavier ones. We do not smash into everything here. Braking's a little touchy on the pedals. Shut that off. Like I said, run around. Truck is back in the yard over here. Brake sensitivity. I noticed that when I did a live stream that the turning sensitivity and brake sensitivity have all of a sudden changed again. I don't know any updates. All I can think of is maybe a mod did it. Alright, let's see if we can do this again without making a complete mess at the pickup point. Get the tailgate down. There we go. So we'll go head off and get that taken care of. And see y'all in a little bit. So a little bit of a time crunch there. Hour to get in and out of town. Don't know why they loaded it up to the front, but that's where it is. So I'm gonna pull in here. And we're gonna try 2 different things here. Get these all unlatched. Get that down. I'm hoping, again, this is a big hope here, is that with the quick attach, the way these kind of work, I'm hoping I can just kind of drive into these. It's not gonna let me do it that way. They were not put up front before. I don't know if they were worried about me not having room. I bought 12 bags. Probably overkill. Alright, we're hooked up there. That's what we wanted. My joystick mount is sliding a little bit. Alright, get those on. Really wish it would show me again, but hey, it is what it is. I know it's gonna take another 2 bags. Probably leave the truck there for now. There we go. Turn radius for this weight on the back is not that great either. Could also be the twin row crops. Clutch. We just want to get into the field and finish these fields. That's what we want to do. Episode dedicated to liming. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep... I don't really want to keep the hook attachment, bag attachment on, I don't think, but I probably just should. So, in that case, we're going to have to. Alright, so... Perfect. Off. We want to take the lights off of the tuck that away in the weeds. Do I forget it? That is the question. What's up there? We're gonna shut this down. We're gonna head back out and we're gonna get some work done in that field. We got all 3 configurations of lights on here. And we're honestly gonna kick it on right here. So it looks like our tillage is done. Perfect. We'll get them over tilling this over after. So here's a question I have. I know, you know, part of it's compaction and everything, but should we be rolling the seed bed? In farm sim, it seems like it's slightly backwards, but I feel like we should roll a seed bed then plant to it instead of going over it after. That's just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Obviously, a lot of this episode just working away. We'll be working into the night. Especially with these temps in October. 86 degrees. Gotta love it. But this field will be all set as well, which will be nice. And like I said, then we can move over. Keep hitting that key. Clear this off for now. So we get back over to this section. Like I said, we'll get that grass field, knock that out first. Just so we kind of have good lime levels and good growth. I don't think we're going to be able to mow it till next year regardless, but that'll be another option of bringing in more hay and then occasionally, you know, maybe turn it into some silage bales. Right there, definitely got some stuff to touch up there. But probably grabbing something to eat and being 6 o'clock, and then hopefully they'll hop over here and start working this. Eventually the goal, I think, too, for us is to get some anhydrous at some point. And see a good price on it, especially with the amount of corn we do. Maybe this little section would be something we have to turn back on. Swing it right around. I don't know if we can get a wide enough track here. No. Alright, so we've already burned through quite a bit on this one, so we'll definitely, I'm glad we did buy those extra bags. We'll shut it off right now until we get around this corner. Try to limit as much as we can on the doubling over. Close, real close. Perfect. Now, this. Will the worker do what we need them to do? That is the question. So, we'll have him run that for a bit. I'm gonna go look at the harrows. Something I guess is wrong on the land on, that's why they missed spots. So we'll go check that out and be back shortly. Alright, so it was just a hydraulic hose. We got that fixed and sorted on the land off. Should be good to go. They're working the larger field. It's left to be tilled. Just about done here. Got it loaded up. We have 4.5 bags left of lime now. I could blow it a bit. But I said I would finish this up for them, let them get back to tilling, because I did a lot of tilling in the last episode. Kind of want to do something a little different, which is why we're liming. And we'll have to lime for a minute, I would hope. Try to keep this somewhat center here. I'll just throwing lime in the woods. So we'll have enough, I think, to do the next field, which will be good. think I need to change that course blade key so I don't hit it over and over and over. But like I said, we should be in the driver's seat now. Pull up here and go into this field. Trying to think what might be the best way to do this field. I've been off on all of the other ones. I think right down the middle like this. I'm not gonna worry about trying to create two headlands. I think we're just gonna go up, down, follow the bend of it, turn around at the end, come right back. Well, it should kind of set us up. We're in a pretty good position, I think. I keep saying that. That is what we're working towards, right? Making it easier. See if I get this somewhat right. Definitely some shadows off in the distance make it a little hard to kind of see where the field line goes. I know where the road is. But when we work back towards the trees, it'll be a little bit of a challenge added. I mean, honestly, what I might do right here is I might just take the headland right out of it. Yeah, no, we can swing. We can swing it. I'll just kind of stay in there. But it doesn't, it's adding some, but not much. We're definitely on the lower side still here. It'll be a little bit tighter to this piece. Through. I'll just kind of set it up the same way and make the loop coming back to it. Now, I am kind of curious. You know what we should do? We got 66% left in here. So just under 5,000. We're going to run right down this headland. So we don't have to come back up to this side. I really wish that field plane was in there. So I get a big chunk of the field done though, which would be nice. Like I said, this section done, and then might have to go back. Or to kind of keep our eye out for other spreaders. If this field plane is not resetting, if it's this mod, I mean, I'm gonna try it on a different save with some other mods and see if maybe that's the issue. But I'm pretty sure I have to go back and watch RG's video. But I'm pretty sure this was the same spreader. I had a similar issue. Though, now that I think about it, maybe his was actually the in-game lizard one. So this could be a new glitch in the game with Lime not showing up. Won't know until we do some more testing though, right? Let me know down in the comments if you've experienced this problem. And what have you concluded? Or did you fix it? And if you did fix it, how did you fix it? We can run right down. Here like so. Then we'll probably just keep going up and down, and we might have enough in this one to actually do this. I was thinking this field was a little bit bigger than I thought, but it's actually not because of the tree lines. So we should be able to knock it out. Like I said, might I'll probably leave the lime in the bags. Just protects it, keeps it good. And our worker is blocked by an object. It looks like they might be figuring out. No. Do we take a gander that they're probably on another field, stuck behind a tree line? Pretty impressive. It's 7 o'clock at night, still 81 in October. You gotta take what you can get, you know? We're gonna shut that off. I'm gonna swing around right here. And we're just gonna do it like a headline. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And I really wish I'd caught that fence line sticking through that corner like that, but oh well. It works. It's not into the field fully. I mean, we need to touch that up. But I think that's gonna do it. So I appreciate everybody for watching, supporting the channel. Let me know down in the comments, like I said, if you've had an issue with this spreader not showing a fill plane after a couple of uses. You know, if you've had an issue with a different spreader not showing a fill plane after some uses, let me know. Definitely trying to figure out something here. Looks like we got double tags on these. Thought I put... I'll shut that down. And yeah. We'll get that stuff sorted, put away. Then we can get that kind of cleaned up a little bit and put away. And see y'all next episode.